Negotiable Instruments Act, Section 43, Negotiable instrument made, drawn or transferred without consideration. Section 43 of the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881 deals with the effect of absence or failure of consideration in respect of negotiable instruments. Since negotiable instruments are founded upon contractual principles, consideration plays an essential role in determining the enforceability of obligations between parties. This provision explains when an instrument creates no enforceable obligation and also lays down important exceptions that protect certain parties, particularly holders for value. 1. Instruments made or transferred without consideration. The section provides that a negotiable instrument which is made, drawn, accepted, endorsed, or transferred without consideration does not create any obligation of payment between the parties to that transaction. Consideration refers to something of value exchanged between parties, such as money, goods, services, or a promise. If no such consideration exists, or if the consideration fails, the instrument does not impose enforceable liability as between those immediate parties. For example, if A draws a promissory note in favor of B without receiving anything in return, and there is no valid consideration, B cannot enforce payment against A. 2. Failure of consideration. The section also covers situations where consideration initially exists but subsequently fails. A failure of consideration occurs when the promised consideration is not provided or cannot be performed. In such cases, the instrument similarly creates no enforceable obligation between the parties to the original transaction. Thus, between the immediate parties, absence or failure of consideration defeats liability. 3. Protection of holder for consideration. Despite the above rule, Section 43 provides important protection for a holder who has acquired the instrument for consideration. If any party to the instrument transfers it, whether by endorsement or otherwise, to a holder who has given consideration, that holder may recover the amount due on the instrument from the transferor for consideration or from any prior party. Every subsequent holder deriving title from such a holder may also recover the amount due on the instrument from the transferor for consideration or from any prior party. This means that although the original transaction may have lacked consideration, a bona fide holder who gives value for the instrument is protected and can enforce payment. This provision ensures that negotiable instruments remain reliable in commercial circulation and that innocent holders are not prejudiced by defects in earlier transactions. 4. Accommodation parties. The first exception concerns accommodation instruments, which are instruments made, drawn, accepted, or endorsed by a person for the benefit of another without receiving consideration in order to lend his name and credit to that person. Section 43 provides that the party for whose accommodation the instrument was made cannot, if he pays the amount, recover that amount from any person who became a party to the instrument for his accommodation. In other words, the accommodated party who discharges the instrument cannot seek reimbursement from the accommodation party. This rule prevents unjust enrichment and ensures that the burden of payment is not shifted back to those who merely lent their credit. For more details, contact us.